Welcome to All About Money. A company's talent is key to its success, but maximizing the potential on hand is no easy task. Poorly matched skill sets can mean a loss of motivation and, of course, jobs badly done. But what if identifying talent for the best possible roles could be done via innovative software? Well, today we have joining us Aurelie Wen, the new CEO of Wize Solutions, which aims to do just that. Aurelie, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the program. So first, tell us, what exactly does Wize aim to do?
Sure. So Wize Solutions is an online platform that caters both for employees and for companies. And it tries to solve a very simple question. Who are my best performers? How do I make sure that I reward them the best way possible? And how can I help my workforce grow into the right direction? So this is really what Wize aims to do. It really is a decision-making tool for employers and also a career management optimization tool for employees.
Okay, can you explain a little how it does that?
So we take basically all the structure, the titles, and what makes a certain job title and a certain job position what it is as a good performer for each of these positions within the company. And then we will assess each of your employees based on that competence, skill sets, and lists so that we can actually assess very accurately how fitting this particular employee is regarding his or her role. So based on that, so there's an assessment center, and there's also an algorithm that will calculate, how fitting it is. And then on the other side, it's also helping predicting your workforce situation and how you should take and where you should take your employees in order to match your company's strategic goals, right? So if you want to get there, this is where you will have and how you will have to train your workforce to get there.
Okay, so say, for example, I have a senior position available in my company now. So how would your program be able to help me decide who to promote to that role?
Yes, sure. So it will definitely push you potential great fit based on a percentage of accuracy and compatibility regarding that role. And it also is going to tell you, of course, if you don't have anyone fit for that role currently in your company, it is going to actually identify the best potential fit, and also will give you a concrete timeline as to, for example, for, let's say, Diane, you're maybe 2 or 3 months from getting to that senior management role. And that is going to require you to take this and this and this kinds of trainings and coachings so that you can get there, because these are the missing parts that you have regarding your current profile.
You also use this to help with training, as you mentioned. Can you give us a bit about that? Like, when a company is about to put resources into training staff, does this help decide, what to do, how much they can get back from it, how effective it is, and things like that?
Sure. We're trying to solve a problem that has been an issue for all kinds of companies, all sizes and shapes, which is when I invest this amount of money into training my teams, what is the ROI that I will get in terms of productivity, in terms of employee engagement, and in terms of that feeling of just, being great at my job. And this is what we're trying to solve through Wize. This platform is actually going to take, okay, this is the amount of time, money, and energy that we're going to spend on that particular person and it's very bespoke, it's very customized to each individual. We really try to avoid here a blanket kind of training sessions where you have one big classroom, same training for everybody. It's really personalized and everything through a platform. So it's really an individual's role and individual's journey to really take the exact pathway that this person needs to take to get where they want to be. And so it's very interesting to see that in terms of ROI calculation, it's very hard actually to figure out, if I invest this amount of money, how is it going to translate concretely on how this particular employee performs, right? And this is what we're trying to achieve through that platform.
Okay, so you believe this will change the game for human resources or company management in general. Why do you think that?
It's, 40% of the jobs that are going to be there in 10 years, only in 10 years, don't exist yet. So it's crucial for every workforce, for any company, to make sure that your company is in the mindset of lifelong learning, of continuous upskilling, reskilling, unskilling, like unlearning old ways and learning new ways. Is going to be super, super important. And I do believe that our tool is going to be a game changer, because this is definitely going to be a one-stop shop where everyone, every company, every individual is going to get there and really be able to, take control over their career development, wherever it will be. What we lack today is visibility towards where we want to go. And this is going to change. This is very volatile, where we want to go and new jobs that are going to be created out there. What if you had that kind of North Star that could guide you throughout your career? This is what we're trying to achieve.
I see. Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. But, while technology nowadays can do amazing things for us, there is always that concern, right, about the people who are programming, putting together these systems, programming these systems. They have their own blind spots. So when you put it together, you have people worry about what we call, algorithmic biases. Is that a concern for you?
It's a big issue, of course. Big data works, machine learning, AI works on the basis of huge amounts of data, and today at least. But there are new studies that showing that, small data or smaller bits of data might be the future. But for now, you have to feed the algorithm with lots and lots of data. And where I am concerned is the level of quality of that data, right? If it's already full of biases itself, then the machine is going to amplify those biases tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold. So that's an issue. For that, I don't know. Well, basically, my background is I have a background in philosophy, and I never knew at the time that would come in handy when working in tech, because AI is helping us ask ourselves the big questions. What makes a human being human, or what makes a good employee a good employee? What makes a team work? And this is helping us really break down and unpack all of these big questions into smaller bits that we will to feed into the machine, so that the algorithm will be able to identify great performing employees, lower performing employees, great performing teams, lower performing teams. So in that sense, it's very, very important that you surround yourself and you have a team of data scientists, of data managers that are going to really identify all those biases and make sure that we don't feed them into the machine.
Okay. Well, Wize Solutions is mainly based out of Bulgaria and Vietnam. Those aren't exactly known as, tech hubs in the world. So can you tell us why your company chose those two spots?
Sure. Actually, Vietnam and Bulgaria are super underrated. Maybe I should not say that here. But the geostrategy behind our choices of location is very, very simple. The war for talent, especially the war for tech talent, developers, designers, project managers, product managers, is fierce. And especially it is fierce in Silicon Valley, in Europe, in certain parts of Asia. So we try to really go around those big tech hubs by choosing locations that are going to have a great ratio between level of quality of tech competencies and also level of competition in those areas. For example, we didn't choose Ho Chi Minh City, we chose Hanoi in Vietnam, which is a very highly underrated place in Vietnam, but that has amazing talent pools there in terms of tech, but also great universities, and people are actually very mobile today, so they're willing to relocate. Same thing for Bulgaria. It's a lot of other fellow tech companies are now implementing in Bulgaria because they know that there's a great ratio between talent pool and level of competition.
Right. And also rent, I imagine, would be an issue as well. So let's talk a bit about Hong Kong. Now, you used to be a CEO in Hong Kong for another startup company here. Tell us how you feel about Hong Kong as a startup environment.
Very interesting question. So Hong Kong has been quite of a mystery to me still today. There's a big paradox in that city where you have amazing talent, one of top universities worldwide, vibrant financial scene. And yet what surprised me was how tiny the startup ecosystem is there. And I believe that there are a few reasons for that, if I may. Historically, the financial sector has been very, very strong in Hong Kong. But there's also a lot of red tape around innovation, taking risks, therefore. And also, I mean, look at the historical industries that are dominant in Hong Kong. It's supply chain, transportation, finance, bank, insurance. So these are all industries where you cannot take risks. Otherwise, there are, so huge consequences out of that. And it really contradicts the startup mindset where you have to take risks. You have to make bold moves, and you have to, move fast, break things. And this is definitely not the kind of mindset that you see in Hong Kong, which is quite a shame, to be honest.
Right. What do you think Hong Kong needs to do to be more competitive then in that regard?
Diversification. I mean, the money is here in Hong Kong. It's all about, having bold investors, believing in entrepreneurs, and believing in entrepreneurship in general. That really is a lot of things that needs to, that is linked to how we think and how we approach risk taking. Because if you keep on investing always in the same things, then the economy is going to die out little by little. I mean, we've seen that so many times. When you're too reliant on 1, 2, 3 different industries, it's not good. So tech and the startup world offers an amazing diversification opportunity for Hong Kong.
That certainly is a thing that Hong Kong has to look at. But we have to go to a break now. Everyone, stay tuned. We'll be right back.